Good morning, everyone. Hope all are doing well this fine Monday morning. The sun's shining. I think the temperature's climbing, so it should be a great day. Just going to give it a moment. Today we're going to talk about the ACT and the SAT. I'm going to give it a few minutes so that everyone can join and be able to ask questions, and then we'll get started. There we go. Okay. Okay, it looks like we got a few people on at this point. So I'll probably just get started. Say hi if you're with me. I'm following you on my phone, so you'll see me looking down at your comments. I'll get them right away. And any questions you have, we'll be able to answer them right away as well. Sorry if my shirt makes a lot of noise. Okay, so SAT and ACT, what the heck is up? I'm sure any of you that are in your junior year, that is 11th grade, are probably wondering, oh my gosh, what the heck am I doing? Don't freak out. Okay, that's the first thing. Don't freak out. Everybody's in the same boat right now. So schools are closed. Governors are shutting states down, keeping states shut down. Can't gather in groups. So of course the SAT and the ACT are not going to be able to happen until things return to normal. As of right now, I believe, and I'm gonna actually share my screen and walk through finding some of this information with you. Don't want Google Hangouts. Screen sharing has stopped. Great. Thank you. Get some of these other tabs closed up. Okay. So if you just do a Google search of COVID-19 SAT update, you will see that things are ever changing. So the information I give you today, it could change tomorrow. It could change the next week. So we need to kind of stay on top of these things. But for those of you who have talked to us about the SAT specifically, you had known that the registration deadline was in May for the June test. But as you see here, the SAT and for June is canceled. So here we are. I'm going to highlight it for you. To keep students safe and in alignment with public health guidance and school closures across 192 countries, we will not be able to administer the SAT or SAT subject tests on June 6, 2020. Okay. Well, what does that mean? Where should you go from there? Because the May test was already canceled. The June test is already canceled. So let's take a look at what test dates are out there. Let's prepare for the next best thing. I think that's a quote from Frozen 2. We're going to do the next best thing, the next right thing. I don't know. Somebody help me out there. It's not like I've seen Frozen 2 a couple hundred times. And as you see here, we have an alert that due to the coronavirus, we're unable to administer the June 6th test. We're going to take a look at what these test dates are. We're going to get into 2020. And we might just have to wait and see. So there are no tests scheduled beyond June 2020. There always is tests during the summer and during the fall. And I think they're going to make priority. They're probably going to be scheduling some more test dates in the fall, probably more than normal, assuming things are back to life as normal then, or at least some sort of normal. But at least that we can gather and that we can get these tests taken. So if you're a junior right now, you might be in a boat where you want to freak out, and we don't want you to freak out. What I want to say to you today is, in Upward Bound, we tell you all the time that you have to take these tests. You want to take them twice, and yes, that's true. We're going to still shoot for that goal, but when that goal is not met, is it the end of the world? No. We will always have your back and help you figure out what the next best thing is in your case. And this is nothing new. Students miss the SAT and the ACT for whatever reasons. Life happens, and that's what we're living through right now. Life is just happening, and it's no big deal. So May 2nd, June 6th, canceled. We're going to be looking for fall tests. Your colleges that you're going to be applying to in the fall, they're going to be understanding. It's not like anyone in the country is going to have spring 2020 test results for you to compare yourself to, because nobody's taking them. Nobody, none. Okay, so it cannot be held against you. So relax there. What can you do to maybe prepare for that test? I'm going to talk about some of those things in a little bit. But let's talk a little bit about ACT as well. Now, ACT has more limitations with their tests, and theirs is canceled for June as well. The ACT canceled for June, and normally they would have a July test date, but I'm just going to search that for you guys. Okay, so here's the 2020 test dates. And this goes by, this is the 2019-2020 school year. So this kind of follows your normal school schedule, just like your 2019-2020 school year at whatever school district you're in. It's not the full calendar year of 2020 and the full calendar year of 2019. Okay, as you see in 2019, this started September. So we can anticipate that there will be an ACT exam in September of 2020, in October of 2020, and in December of 2020. So there's 3 different opportunities that you're probably going to be able to take the ACT again. Even if things are, we're able to run tests, or these tests are able to be run by July, I want you to note that there's an asterisk right here on this July 18th, 2020 date. Okay, so all of our Upward Bound students here in New York State, guess what? That asterisk means that there is no New York July test date. Okay, so don't plan to take this one over the summer. You can't. If some of you get it into your head that you want to drive to Pennsylvania or Ohio or whatever other bordering state that is offering that test, don't do that. It's not that important that you need to drive all that way just to take a test. You will have opportunity to take the test, and I'm not saying it's not important. I'm saying we don't want you to spend your gas money and put yourself at risk by traveling that far for an ACT test. Okay, these tests are still important, and if not, well, let me talk a little bit about why these tests are important. So ACT and SAT are both college admissions tests. And that means that many colleges, most colleges, will use them in some way or another to assess your ability as a student to handle a college workload. These are standardized tests that measure your aptitude and your ability to read and write critically and to do math. Okay. The ACT analyzes a few other subjects and has a very different scoring schedule, but they're doing similar things, measuring your ability to enter into a college level program and be successful. Okay, so that's what the scores are all about. There is no pass, there is no fail. You just get the score you get. It's a raw score, and that ranks you. They use those numbers just to assess how prepared you are for college courses. Okay. The other reason that these tests are important, and I as your upward bound counselor, I would argue that this is even more important because a lot of colleges are becoming test optional. You've probably heard that term, test optional. What is that? It means that for a test optional school, they're not going to put a lot of weight on your SAT or your ACT exams or your scores. If you want to send them, you can, but they're not going to require you to send them. And they're maybe not going to put as much weight on that in the evaluation of your application to the college. Now, there are still schools that do require these scores to be sent. But back to the second reason that these are so important, it's because of scholarships. So most every school offers some sort of merit scholarship. And to get those merit scholarships, you simply need to apply to the college. Well, you're doing that anyway, right? If you want to go to that college, you've applied. And if that college has merit scholarships, there you go. You're automatically entered into those merit scholarships. The catch is that you often need to have an SAT or an ACT score on file with that college. Okay. So that's kind of odd, right? It's weird. Maybe the school is test optional, but they offer a merit scholarship, which requires you to submit an SAT or an ACT score. That doesn't really make it optional, now does it? And the answer is correct. It wouldn't be optional for you. It's required because you want that free money from the merit scholarship. So we do still need to get these ACT and SAT tests done if we can. That's that, I guess. The SAT, ACT canceled through the end of this school year. We're going to be looking for them maybe over the summer, most definitely in the fall. And we will certainly keep you updated on what those tests are. But for now, no worries, okay? Something you can be doing, if you're thinking about if you're stressed out about this still, even though I've told you not to be, that's okay. I get it. Take your stress out on something beneficial to you, okay? So I want to just do like a Q&A. They're going to be, I guess this is just going to be with me. I'm going to ask the questions and then I'm going to answer the questions, I suppose, because it's just me. So this should be a fun Q&A. It'd be like Sven and Kristoff in Frozen. Maybe I should do different voices. Should I do different voices? Anybody want to weigh in? So my Q&A. When should I start prepping for the SAT or ACT? There's no really great answer to that question. Some students will start preparing for the SAT and ACT as soon as freshman year. Right? There's no right answer. You begin when is good for you, and you want to prepare early and often. What are some of the best ways to prepare for the SAT and the ACT? For an upward bound, we certainly recommend for the SAT, Khan Academy. Khan Academy links directly with your College Board account, and I'm gonna take off my screen share here. Just realized that I was still in there. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm gonna walk you through this. And I can't actually log into Khan Academy, but I'm gonna take you to the website. So Khan Academy links to your College Board account, and it will actually create these questions for you based on what you got wrong. So if you got a question wrong about a geometry principle, it's going to create more geometry questions for you so that it will help you practice. Khan Academy is probably one of the best for the SAT. There are some books out there. And I guess what I want to say about any online resources, there's a lot of free resources on the web. Khan Academy is probably one of the better. What I want to say about the online resources is that if you're preparing in a digital way, you're not necessarily going to be you're not going to be taking the test in a digital way. Okay? So far, these tests are only administered in person, on paper. Okay, so you sort of want to practice a little bit with the paper and pencil. It's a very different process. It's a different literacy. If you're used to reading a computer screen and answering questions on a computer screen, you might be really prepared on the computer screen. And then when you get to that paper and pencil, you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do. You know, it's the same thing. It's the same questions, but it's different. So you do want to at least prepare a little bit with paper and pencil. We talk usually during our advisement classes over the summer about this, but setting up a timed session for yourself. So this is not, let me back up. When you're actually sitting down to test yourself on your preparedness for the SAT, what you want to do is set a time that's the exact time that the SAT uses for each section. You want to have it printed off, and you want to have those pencils together, the calculators. You want to have read through your admission ticket. You want to see what you can and cannot bring. And you want to have all that there just like you would on test day. And you set those timers. Set the timer on your phone. Clearly, you're not using your phone. You're not going to be able to on test day, so you're not going to now. But set the timer on your phone so that you know exactly how long you have for the test, and then you just start doing the test. So you're administering it to yourself, and that is probably going to be one of the best preparations you have for the actual test atmosphere. Okay? Other than that, you want to prepare for the content of the test. Okay? So two pieces there. You have the test atmosphere, what it's like to actually rapid fire answer those questions. There's a lot of questions in a little bit of time. How do you do with that? That's what you want to know. The next thing is the actual content, the geometry content, the algebra content, the algebra 2 content. How good of a reader are you? How good is your comprehension. Okay, so all of those things are going to come into play, and that's where Khan Academy is going to be especially helpful. I believe you can use Khan Academy for ACT as well. And there are books. Research SAT prep book. The blog at prepscholar.com gives the 11 best SAT books for studying for the SAT. The College Board Official. Another one. I personally like the Princeton Review one or the College Board Official. Barron's is okay too. But you can check those out. And if you think that you would like an SAT or ACT prep book, that's probably going to be something you want to contact us about, because we can probably order that for you, save you some money and some hassle. Okay? You've got enough stress on your plate right now. Let us help you by doing that for you. Any questions about this stuff yet? I swear I don't just like hearing myself talk, or maybe I do. Stop my share. I would say at the most, back to my Q&A. What's the minimum studying you do for a standardized test like this? I would say 6 to 8 weeks is probably your minimum. If you push it closer than 6 to 8 weeks, you're pushing it too much. You're going to cram. You're not going to learn a lot. Freshmen, one of the best things you can do is read books. And now is a really great time to do that. If you're reading sort of scholarly books, you can do Google searches to find out what the best books to prepare for the SAT are. And they don't need to be like, just read books, read what interests you. That's it. Because that builds your vocabulary and that builds your reading comprehension. So read those books. What other tips and suggestions can I give you? Oh, let me make sure you all know about fee waivers. So we offer fee waivers for the SAT and the ACT. None of you should be paying for that. Okay? You all qualify for those because you're in Upward Bound. So if you do sign up for the SAT or ACT, make sure that you get a fee waiver from us or from your school. Your school can provide them for you as well. If you were registered for the SAT or the ACT, you need to be checking your email for updates from actstudent.org or from collegeboard.org, because they're going to send you the information about when your test will be rescheduled. Because those May and June tests were canceled, they will be rescheduling they'll still give you credit for your registration that you did in either May or June, and they will honor that in the fall or whenever they open back up. Okay. I guess if there's no other questions, that's about all I have for SAT and ACT updates. If you want help preparing, make sure you let us know. If you have trouble logging on to anything, make sure you let us know. We'll walk you through it. But most importantly, these things aren't going away. Yes, they're canceled for now, but they happen regularly. They happen multiple times a year. SAT does, ACT does. You do still need to get them taken. I do not anticipate that colleges are going to be any more lenient on their requirements. They're just going to be lenient in understanding that you weren't able to get it taken this year. Okay? We always recommend that juniors take it spring of their junior year and fall of their senior year. That's industry standard. Talk to anyone in higher ed, college prep. That's the answer you're going to get. Take your SAT and ACT spring of your junior year, fall of your senior year, so that you get 2 test scores under your belt. Colleges super score. So they take the best scores from each test, which is great for you. So yes, you still do want to set a goal to get those tests done twice. But stay tuned to when we can actually do that, because we don't know yet what those dates will be. Okay. And with that, I guess I will sign off, and I hope you all have a great day. I'll just give you some plugs. Tomorrow will be our virtual tour Tuesdays. We're going to do a virtual tour of Brockport. That should be fun. Brockport's a great school. I know a lot of you really love visiting Brockport, so make sure you join us tomorrow on our YouTube live video for that virtual tour. Wednesday is going to be Adulting 102 with Lisa, and I believe she's got a special culinary treat again. And it should be something very easy, so maybe you guys can choose to follow along with the cooking. Anyway, I won't go further into our week because you will just forget. And with that, I will say good day, everyone. Bye-bye.